Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Natasha, and today's video we are going to be making our own homemade deli meats. So if you've recently been to the store, you know that deli meats are outrageously priced and full of preservatives now. So we are going to be using this wonderful ham maker that I got, and we are going to make our own turkey deli meat. So this can do ham, it can do pepperoni, it can do chicken, any sort of meat you can throw in here and make it into a loaf to then slice into your own deli meats. So I'm going to bring you guys down here. The process is extremely simple, and we are going to get this going and make our own. This is way more budget friendly, and I know exactly what ingredients are in it. Okay, so the ingredients that I'm going to be using today is I have 2 pounds of lean ground turkey. I'm going to be using about half of a teaspoon that I have left of gelatin. This is kind of an optional ingredient. I've seen it in some recipes and I've seen it omitted in other recipes, but I did try a loaf with it in before, and I did like the way that it stayed together a little bit easier, so it's just a small amount. I'm going to be using about a half a cup of water, and then I am just going to flavor my deli meat with black pepper and some seasoning salt. You could even add cheese. There are just so many different options that you could do for this. So I'm just going to add my gelatin into my water and give it a quick little mix. I'm going to add about half of a teaspoon of my seasoning salt. You can omit the salt. You can add garlic powder, onion powder. Alright, and then I'm going to add some pepper. Since this one is going to be kind of like a crack black peppered turkey deli meat, I'm going to add just a little bit more of the pepper. And we are just going to get in there with clean hands and really work that seasoning into the mixture. So we have done cubed meat in this maker, and it almost came out as like the carving board deli meat. And what I mean by cubed meat is we took chicken breast and we cubed them into 1-inch squares, and then added the gelatin and used the ham maker to make those. So if you are looking for a no fat or low fat deli meat that doesn't have all the preservatives, I will link this down in the description box below. It is awesome, and we have been really enjoying. I plan to make some pepperoni and some Italian deli meat with it, so that way we can make some Italian subs here soon. I'm just going to add that water with the gelatin in, and again just kind of poke my fingers in here. Now don't worry, at the very end the water does separate from the meat, and so the water is really just so you can add in that gelatin. But the water does go to the top, so it looks slimy and gross, but I promise it turns out delicious. Alright, I'm going to wash my hands, and then we are going to get this loaded into our ham maker. And the process is very simple, my friends, so let's get our hands cleaned up. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly how this works. So this comes with the lid that you can just twist on and off. And then on the inside, it has a spring with a squisher down piece. And then you would put your meat down in here, and it comes with a thermometer. So it does have the thermometer here, and then on the very top of the lid, this is something that I really enjoy. You can check the temperature of your meat. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna load this in and get it cooking up. Nice and easy, just literally plopping it down in here. So if you are someone who is trying to get your bikini summer body back in shape, this is a great way to be able to create your own deli meats that don't have all the preservatives, and you can control the fat content. So I've got my deli meat squished down in here. I am going to next take my spring, and we're going to push with this side and just push that down. This does kind of feel like a Jack in the Box. The first time I did this, I was very frightened that it was going to boing back up, but it did not. So this does have little ridges on it, and that way you can line it up with your lid. We're gonna press it down, twist till it stays. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to get this in some water. The ideal temperature is 180 degrees Fahrenheit or 80 degrees Celsius. That is the temperature that you want your water to be, and you are going to have this in there for 2 hours. You'll know that it is done when the internal temperature of your meat reaches 180 degrees Fahrenheit or 80 degrees Celsius. So let's get this over into our pot of water. There is a nice little handle, so you can just dip this down into your water. Next, I'm going to fill the rest of this water up and let this get up to temperature. I am just going to keep checking around the outside here to check that water temperature. Like I said, you want it right at 80 degrees Celsius or 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the sweet spot for this. You don't want it to boil fully, and you don't want it to be undercooked either. So right now I'm sitting at about 65 degrees Celsius. Once it gets to temperature, I'm going to slowly bring my gas on my stove down, and then it takes about 15-20 minutes for me to be able to just adjust it just right, and then I can walk away and go do other things and just set the timer for 2 hours and come back. So once this gets up to temperature, set your timer for 2 hours, and I will see you back for the next step. All right, so here we go. We have finished boiling it, and then we put this into the refrigerator. It says until it's cooled off. So we are going to open this up and see how this turned out. On the very top there is that liquid gelatin, so we are going to pull this out. Maybe. It's like all gelatin. Okay, so I've gotten this spring off. We're gonna set that to the side. And let's see if we can't knock this out.
Oh, that sounds so gross.
That sounds awful. Yeah.
It sounds like the toilet when it's like a storm. It's like oh man, that was disgusting.
All right, so let's clean this up first, and then we will slice her up. It actually looks like it turned out better though than the chicken one.
Looks a little more.
All right, so there we go. We've got our turkey log ready to be carved and cut into sandwich size deli meat. You can see these are turning out as perfect round for your sandwiches. You control the ingredients. You control how fatty of a cut of meat you want. You can do this with ground chicken, ground pork, ground beef. You can make pepperonis. You could even use these to make into like breakfast sandwiches. The possibilities here are endless. I might even freeze dry some of these too, little patty rounds. So remember we added in the pepper and the salt, and you can see it holds together very nicely. You could slice these super thin. I did mine thick so that way we could use them for sandwiches. They turned out really nice.
Reminds me of like a rice cake, but it's turkey.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah.
You cut those super big.
I did cut mine super big.
Or if you fry them, that'd be good.
I was thinking that, or to freeze dry them like this
Little patties.
as little patties or breakfast sandwiches on like an English muffin with some cheese. No? All right, guys, so there you go. That is our turkey deli meat. Remember, the link for this will be down in the description box below. The recipe will be down in the description box as well. This will help you to save money on that super expensive deli meat. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next one. Bye.